Hi everyone, today I'm going to talk you through how to replace the window regulator for Land Rover Discovery 5 2018. So basically, last week I went to put the window down, it was jammed, it was making a crunching noise. So it's a common fault, the cable system that guides the mirror glass up and down in the rails, it rusts due to water penetration from inside and outside. Anyway, I'm going to keep it short and sweet and run through it really quickly for you, so anybody can do this, it's not difficult. First of all, you need to get a tool, go in here and clip underneath that door handle. You just clip this clip out, take the clip out, there's a T series screw in there, undo that screw. Once you undo that screw, come along here. I've already removed a lot of the panels. Put this in there very carefully, don't be scared. Put it in there and then this should pop out. I've already removed a lot of the panels. Put this in there very carefully, don't be scared. Put it in there and then this should pop out. It's only held by spring clips. Pop it all the way out, pull it from the top, not from the bottom, from the top, and it'll come out because the bottom is like this. The bottom fits into these grooves. So you have to pop off the top first, otherwise you'll break the bottom. So I'll show you again. Pry it off the top, peel it and then pull it up and out. Okay, once that's done, you'll have two bolts. So you're going to have a bolt here and a bolt in there you need to remove, and that screw, small screw in there, you've got to remove. On top of that, come around to this side, again another tool, pry that open, there's another small screw in there, and underneath here, look carefully underneath, there's another small screw just there. Once you remove those screws, use a tool like this, and don't be scared. I normally start from around the bottom area, around here, and just start forcing it open. You'll hear the clips pop open. And as you get your fingers underneath a hand or some tool, without hurting yourself, slowly, don't be scared, slowly start pulling the bottom all the way around, pulling it, and then when you get to the top, you're going to pull it off like this. That will all come off like this. So then you have to come around the side here. While you're holding it here, I forgot to mention, you will have this cable for the, this is for the door handle. This actually sits in this, if you come around the side here, cameraman, that fits, this groove fits into that handle there. So if you see, look carefully, that's the door handle. That's the door handle. So that fits into that notch underneath the cable into there. All you do, you push it out, that comes out. Unplug some clips, so you'll have a plug down here, which is connected to, where is it gone? This plug. Sorry, it would connect to this. So once this plug will connect to this. Because I've taken a lot of the stuff off and moved it around, that's why it's all in different places. So disconnect this plug from this. Then you've got to disconnect. I think that was the only plug I needed to disconnect from this. This was the only plug. I'm just going to double check and make sure. So that plug was. Yeah, just this. So what you need to do when you disconnect this is pull this mechanism out. There's a clips on the side. Just pull the clips out and press this button at the top. That pull out. And remember to take the cable out of the door handle. So that's the only two clips you need to take out. Only two things I remember that you need to take out for the door card. Go back. I'd forgotten where the other plug had come out from. So this plug was on the speaker. That actually didn't need to take out. That I didn't need to take out, so I did. When I remove the second part, you'll see. So unclip this from here, that's the second part. So for the first section, just remove this one and the cable for the door. I'll put this to one side. Pause it a bit. It's just for the next section. I'm trying to make this as easy as I can. Next section now, we've removed the main door card. Now what we need to do is disconnect this from the speaker. So that will come off. Remember to pull this notch down here and pull that clip out and pull this side out. So I'll show you how to. There you go. So what I was doing wrong is, pull that clip out. Don't worry about this. This has got to be pressed downwards, so that needs to come up. If you look carefully, this is the little notch that's holding it there. Press this notch down and just push this out with a screwdriver. So, you know, you just got a bit of trial and error. Don't be scared, don't force it. Sometimes you got to just try and work out how the clips open. They're not rocket science, it's not difficult. I've obviously done it already, and now I've got a bit confused myself. So all you do is pull that red notch out, press that grey clip in, and that slides straight out. That's out of the way, and then it's easier for us to access this mechanism you'll see in a minute while we need to remove it. So I've also removed this one. So this one again, press the grey tab in, pull it out. So on here, just get a little screwdriver and just pull these clips out of their housing. These clips. You just want to get this out of the way, so when you're working it's easier. I also took this out from here, from the housing, just like this. So just pull it out of the housing so it's easier to work on. So just push it up and pull it out of the housing. Right. Next section, you'll see a grey tab here. Press that grey tab in, finger, and that should pull out pretty easily. There you go. Same again, grey tab here, press it in, and just hold the grey clip and just pull it out very easily. There you go. So this was just to show you how to get this out of the way. So this wiring's out of the way now, so we can work on the inner section now. Right, so there's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, about 13, 14 screws altogether. I've already removed most of them. So I'll just show you how to do the rest of them. I'd already removed some of these panels, then I realised, you know, somebody else may need to do this, so why not make it a video to make it easy for someone else? Right, so I'll put these screws out of the way so we don't lose them. Always good to put them into a bag or something so you don't lose the screws. So this is just held by, it's not any glue or seal, it's just tack. Just pull the tack carefully away all the way around and it will come apart. So there's no other connection because we've removed them all. Now slowly, use your leg or use your arm to hold it. Push the door handle connector, door handle cable through this particular section. So that's removed now. So we've got this to the inner door card out of the way. Now, as you can see, you can access. This is the window regulator. That's how we're going to access it. Hi there. Next section, next bit. So, like I was talking in the previous section, we removed the second layer of the door card, and this is the window regulator. This is the rails it runs on, and it goes underneath here, the glass. This is glass, slides into here, and it sits in the section down here. So when it slides down, it goes all the way in and sits down here through the guide rails. And this is the motor, and this is the device that powers the window up and down here. Now what's happened is there's a cable. If you look carefully, the cable in the box is all snapped and rusted. Believe it or not, the actual box is broken off. Look, that's the cable. Cable runs on both sides of this guide rail, pushing the window up and down smoothly. But over time, through water penetration, this rusts. The cable starts to rust, and look, it's even broken the plastic housing. If you look carefully inside here, you can see the damage it's caused on the cable. Now it looks a lot worse than it is because this whole component is going to get changed. And strangely, there's a lot of water in here. So water, this is a common problem with the Land Rovers. So you can see that's snapped. So we will be now removing. Luckily mine snapped to the closed position, otherwise I would have been stuck. So now this glass is held up at the moment, and this needs all to come out. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts to take off to take this whole mechanism out. It all comes out, and we're replacing it with the brand new mechanism which we bought aftermarket. Don't need to buy it from Land Rover. The only difference between the one I've got and this one is the Land Rover stamp, but they're identical. I'll show you in a minute. Okay, first thing you must remember before we even think of taking the glass, the regulator out, is to tape. We need to tape down the tape's so strong it's literally coming off. We need to tape the glass, otherwise what will happen is the glass will fall all the way down. I've already now taped the glass onto the frame to hopefully stop it falling through, and I've probably done a bit of an overkill. just to make sure the glass doesn't fall through. Right, so we're now going to be removing the 4 bolts for that hold the window regulator housing. So this regulator is held by this bolt here, this bolt here, and this bolt here, and this bolt here. Just trying to be careful don't drop the bolts through onto the floor. Okay, so let's put these out of the way so we don't lose them. I'll put this over here, and that's the snap of the regulator. So now, another thing a lot of people don't realise is the actual regulator is holds the glass. There's a hole in the glass, I'll show you in a minute. So this plastic bracket has a tab that goes through the glass. So you just pull, if you look at it, pull the tab, that will take the tab out of the hole in the glass. So there's a big hole in the glass that the tab actually fits into. Take that out that side, you can do it with your hand, and take it out this side. So just pull it carefully and it will slide out. You'll see in a moment what I mean. So that is now out. So you see this tab, if you look carefully, this tab here, this is what the glass sits in on both sides. This tab is what goes through the hole in the glass at the bottom. So if you look carefully at the bottom here, I'll show you, there's actually a good, if you look underneath here, there you can see there's a hole in the glass. That tab fits through the hole in the glass on both sides, holding the glass in position on this track. Okay, just to speed things up, I'll show you now. This basically bends and comes out, but before I take it out completely, I've got to remember to take out another switch. So back again now. So just slide this out carefully. The thing you need to think now when you got it out is you need to take this tab, put the clip out. Now to open this clip, you just put a screwdriver inside there and just lift. So there's that black tab that holds onto this white component. Put the screwdriver in, lift, clip the black tab out, or you can press this bit here. If you press that hard, can you see if you look carefully? If you press that hard, that will unrelease it from the tab, and all you do is pull it off. That's disconnected now. That is the whole window regulator out. Simple as that. The whole window regulator out to replace. And we've got to remember it's going to go back in exactly the same way, this way. So I just want to show you the damage. So this cabling is what runs the whole system, through the window to up and down, through the pulleys, through the, these pipes, the cable runs. But what's happened to the cable over time, rusted. Look at the state of that. It's rusted, and it's literally so sharp it's cutting my hand, but it's rusted and it's literally snapped and caused a lot of damage inside the mechanism. So this is all luckily all replaceable, this whole section. So what we will do now, I'll leave this on the floor here, and if you come over to this side, we've got the new one, new box here. It's a bit windy today, so the brand new one here. I'll try and lay it down the same way as I've taken it out so it makes it easier. So just going to make sure doing everything correctly. Cool. Right, here's the new one I've just taken straight out of the box. It's like this, and it looks different, but it's not. And that's the one I've just taken out. I've left it, I took it out exactly the way I took it out, I've laid it flat on the floor. So I realised this then has to fold over, twist this over like this. But you'll work this out once you open the box. And there's a lot of grease. This is a lot more greased than the previous one. This is what the problem was. And you'll see now you've got both the blue tabs at the bottom, and it's crisscrossed, same as on this one. If you look carefully, it's crisscrossed now. And that's exactly how we want to get it in the other one. Right, so what I did realise is, I'm just going to have a quick look in the box. If there's a tab, there should be a tab in there. There's not a tab with it. That's okay, because we're going to use the tab from here. So look carefully, this tab here, plastic tab, take this off from here, both sides, and we're going to use the same tab onto this device. So I may push this up. So I'm just having a quick look to make sure doing everything correctly. Right, just when I had a closer inspection, I twisted this one this way around. I needed to twist this one, it was like this way around, to get the cross going underneath, because I want to keep it exactly the same as that one. So this bar cross was going underneath, this cross is going over the top. This cross is now going underneath, this cross is going over the top. So as you can see, I wanted to make it identical. So now I want to slide this rubber through underneath, and I'm going to use this clip, the same as we took off on there, to mount this cable on here. Force it a little bit, there you go, forced it, and it's in. So, well, there we go, all here. Right, now we're going to do the reverse engineering now, back into how we took it out. So press it in a little bit, it's a little bit fiddly. Maybe put it in the bottom first. Yeah, that was easy. Put the bottom in first. Carefully bring the cable round for the door handle round. Fold it inwards, and there we go. Voila. Now what we were going to do now is basically work on fitting the connections. Do is get this connected to the window first. Let's just slide this out underneath. Right. A lot of grease on this, so do bear that in mind. So what I'm going to do is connect up the bottom screws first and leave these loose, because I mainly do to open the window to slide it, to put it into the track. Go. Right, so the next section, I've obviously, you saw me remove that one. I've put this one in, so it's a little bit fiddly. You got to put the bottom in first and then move it up and down. I line up the two blue ones with the bolts, so I slightly screwed in the two blue ones loosely, and then I lined up the top ones loose on both sides, and then connect in the plug, making sure you do it the right way around. Sorry, so I was fiddling around with the plug, I was putting it in the wrong way. So just line up the 6 notches, the tab goes on the bottom, so push that till you hear it click. Right, I heard a little click, maybe you didn't hear it on the camera, but that's clicked in place. There you go. Yep, it's clicked in place. I pushed it there and it's clicked in place. So that's that in. Now the thing is, right, so the way window's all the way up, I've still got to put these notches in for the glass. So the reason I've left these bolts loose is so I can get the glass notches on here, which is up here, into the running rails. These are low, so I need to take off the tape, push the glass down into the running track so it clips into both the holes, then I'll tighten both those bolts. So I'll do that now, and we'll put the video on pause while I remove the tape. So the tracks sometimes can be a little bit lower than the glass, because my glass was fully up. But what you would normally do is tape it. Obviously you don't want the glass to fall down. Once you've got the mechanism, leave both these bolts loose, take the tape off, go inside, pull the glass down where it's got 2 holes on each side on the glass, pull the glass down and push it from the top if you have to, until you hear it click into both the holes in the track of the new window regulator. Once it's locked in track, it's fine, because once the window is switched on, it will automatically adjust itself and correct the level it needs to be at. Right, so that's all in. I'm going to retighten these screws up top now. Just double check this is all done. That's clicked in, and that's clicked in. So both sides are clicked in, because I just heard the click. So now what we need to do is tighten both the screws. Make sure there's no play in the window. Make sure everything's tight. Right, just going to double check to make sure there's no play in the window. That's locked in. We've put the clip back in, and now we're ready to start putting everything back together. Right, so I've put both the window holes into the track clips. I've tightened the screws. I've checked for any movement in the brackets, make sure it's not loose. It's all nice and tight. I've tightened these screws. Now we're ready to start putting everything back together again in the reverse order of everything we've done. So I'll start putting it back together and show you at the end what happens. Hi there, so I've screwed all the screws back onto the inner door card. I'm going to start fixing this all back in now. So basically reverse engineering back everything I've taken off back to where I took it off from. I'm putting all the clip back into the right places, making sure I follow all the guide rails. So clip that back in there, push this clip back onto that one, push this back into the clip, make sure they're in properly because we want to make sure they're connected. Push this one back, that's connected, push this back into the guide rail, connected back there, connect this back into the speaker, lock that in place. This one's going to connect into the door card we're about to connect. So put these ones back into place, put this back into place. So I need to make sure I connect this back into the right position. Start this on the top, and locks into place, and then locks into place there, and then push this down and then lock this into place. So you've just got to click in with the red clip there. That's all clipped in. Do remember to pull that through when you're putting this back door card back and pull the handle cable, the door handle cable through. So just double check, make sure everything's locked in place. All the clips are locked back. Just double check everything you've done so you make sure you've got it all in the right order. Yes, everything looks good. On to the next step. The last section, guys, you put in the door card from the top first. So raise it down from the top and just clip it in. Once it's clipped into the metal clips on the top, bang it all the way around, bang it all the way in. Put the screw in there, put the screw in at the bottom, and then we've got just a few bolts to do here now, and we're ready to go. We're gonna have to put one screw goes in here, just in between the door there. Let's change the bolt. That goes back in there. Put the door handle. That clips goes back in, as so. All we need to do now is get the other bolt. So get the right screw. So that would help me find the right bolt here. Right bolt for this. 3, 2, 1, go. So I had to get a longer screwdriver to get this screw in because I couldn't reach it with the drill. So I'm using this screwdriver, just tighten this one up. There we go. Right, everything's all clipped in. We put the screw in there, clip back in there, fitted the bottom of this in first and then clipped the top in and banged it all around. Doors all been put on. Now it's time to check the window. Just going to shut the door and check it. And the other way, I would have been here. It would have took you right. I would have just told you to go. There we go. The new window in action. All done.